Hello guys, welcome to our last lesson of the week. We've made it to Friday and it's a weekend, which is very exciting. We're looking at fractions again, and this time we're looking at subtracting fractions. And given how well you did in the work you sent in yesterday, I can imagine that the work on subtracting fractions will be just as good. Let's get started. Let's minimize my face like that. Today is the 10th of July 2020. It's a Friday, as discussed. And the NI is to subtract fractions. You'll need a pencil, a ruler, and a piece of paper to help you with today's lesson. Number talk, you have a diagram here. It says Emily is eating a bar of chocolate. What fraction of chocolate does she have left? Explain your answer. So what's the fraction of chocolate she has here first? And then what is she left with? So the subtraction there. And what does she have left now? So pause the video and have a go. The first thing you notice is that the chocolate bar is split into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equal parts. That means that each little rectangle represents 1/5. So the first one shows that there are 4/5 of chocolate left. Then 4/5 take away 2/5. Okay, and then that means that we're left with 2/5. Okay, so 4/5 take away 2/5 equals 2/5. And this is just a taster of what we'll be looking at in today's lesson. So vocabulary is denominator, numerator, fraction, subtraction, and a whole. And today we'll be learning to subtract fractions. We're using the same denominator, using diagrams and shapes to help you. Now, you'll remember that we did subtracting fractions when we were looking at tenths earlier this year. I think we did some of the last few weeks. So you need to remember that knowledge and channel it into today's lesson to use to help you. So what can you see here? What is the same and what is different? So we have a rectangle split into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts. So each little square represents 1/5. Okay, the entire red bar represents 4/5. Just counting the squares that have crosses in them, they represent 3/5. So if we had 4/5, take away 3/5, we're left with 1/5. And that's just one conclusion you can come up with. I'm sure there are other observations that you have made. Good. So how can I subtract this fraction? 5/9 take away 2/9. As a rule, step 1, you subtract the numbers at the top, 5 and 2. So 2 taken away from 5. The denominators stay the same. You do not subtract them. So similar to adding, it's only where you have the denominator is the same. It's only the numerators that you actually subtract, not the denominators. So you add the numerators, not the denominators, and you write your answer as a fraction. So following those rules, the answer here is not 7/5. It is in fact 3/9. So 5 take away 2 is 3, and 9, then the denominator stays the same. So how can I use this shape to help me solve this question? So here we have a square that's been split into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 equal parts. How can I use this to help me? A good way of using it would be to, if I coloured in, so this is 11, 12, take away 5, 12. If I coloured in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this shape, the colouring in, although it's poor colouring in, represents the first number. But I need to take away 5/12. Let's take 5/12 away. It's 1/12. Oh, that's 5/12. So the 5/12 that are there have been taken away. And the answer is what we're left with. We're left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shaded parts. The answer to 11/5 take away 12/5 is 6/12. And you'll see the numerator is the only number that changes, just going 11 take away 5, which is 6 the answer, and the numerator 12 remains the same. Good job, guys. So now try, so this is showing you how you would do it. So it's similar to what I did, first shading the 11 parts, cross out the parts you want to take out, then count the remaining parts left. Good job, guys. So 8/10 take away 2/10. So first shade in how many parts, because your total part is what? Cross out the amount of parts that you've taken out and count the coloured part remaining to find your answer. So let's colour in 8/10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, if I was going to take away 2 parts, I'll just use the rubber, I think, be the easiest thing to do. Oh, there it is. I'll cross out 2 parts. Taking away, is this working? Yep, it is a bit slow. I'll drop out, oh, I'll drop out 2/10, and I'm left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts. So it'd be 6/10. Fabulous. Good job, guys. Let's move on. So now I want you on your piece of paper to draw a diagram to help you answer these questions. Or if you don't need to use a diagram, that's fine. You can simply just answer them as you can best. Down here, I've put down the steps you need to take. So 7/8 take away 4/8 is 3/8, and 4/5 take away 1/5 is 3/5. Good job, guys. There you go. So how can I work out the missing fraction here? So this is our part whole model here, and these are our bar models, essentially reflecting a different way. It's a different way of reflecting our part whole model. So something added to 4/9 equals 8/9. How we work that out? It'd be 8/9 take away 4/9, which equals 4/9. And now what I want you to do is I want you to apply the same procedure and logic to working out the missing fractions in here. So off you go. So what do you need to add to 3/10 to make 6/10? Hopefully you guys got 3/10. And finally, missing number here, what do you need to add to 2/7 to get 9/7? Is 7/7. So good job, guys. You got that right. Danny is back. The final time this week. He's not had such a bad week. I think they're 2 right and 2 wrong. So Danny says that 8 minus 10 equals, sorry, 8/10 take away 6/7 equals 2 thirds. Is he right or is he wrong? So look at this question here. Is he right? Is he wrong? What has he done that is a mistake? Oh no, I thought he's wrong. So he is wrong. He's wrong because you can only subtract fractions if they have the same denominator. What Danny's done here, he's said 8 take away 6 is 2, so put 2 there, and 10 take away 7 equals 3. That doesn't happen. You first have to have 2 numbers that have the same denominator, so that should be a 10, and then that would be a 10 too. So Danny, a bit of a bad end to the week with getting the wrong question up here, but he's not been as bad as last week. Task time. It's time to complete your tasks. Please don't forget to take a picture of your work and email it to us at year3@grange.harrow.sch.uk. Your task can be found in the normal place, and you go into the Grange website and the online learning tab, year 3. This is the task you will find. Task 1 simply asks you to subtract these fractions, and task 2 asks you to explain what fraction of the shape is blue in this shape here? Cam says 6 out of 8 circles are blue, and Jack says 3/4 as 3 out of 4 rectangles are blue. So which one do you agree with, Cam? Do you agree with Jack? Or do you agree with both? So you need to explain why. Task 3, find the missing fractions to make the equation correct. So you've got these missing fractions. And if you find this difficult, I would use the part-whole model to lay it out, because that will help you. And then you have these subtraction and these missing fractions. And task 4, as we have had for the entire week, you have 2 word problems which you need to read carefully and answer the questions to. Now, all that remains to be said is thank you for the amazing work that you have been doing over the last few months and the amazing work that you have done this week on fractions. I've been thoroughly impressed with how good you have been. There's no challenge today because it's Friday, so it's time to relax. Have a wonderful weekend, enjoy the weather, and please be safe. And I will see you next week with our final week of maths for this academic year. Take care. Bye bye.